Heyo everybody, Haku here with my live reaction for Hitoner Chapter 5. I am excited to keep reading. We're coming off of our first little break week, which I enjoy. I think taking a break here and there, it keeps the hype up. It keeps it from becoming, just the week-to-week commonplace. It helps you to not just get burned out on a series. I think a break here and there helps as an audience member, but it also makes me really glad to know that the mangaka is taking a break here and there, that they're taking their time. I generally like that and think it's a good thing. So yeah, I'm excited to continue. Thank you for the support on the first 4 chapters that we've read so far. It's been really nice getting to get into something new. I really have had fun with that. And I think it's been really funny so far. And also not just funny, but it's written itself very well in a serious sense, which helps the comedy when it does happen. And it has even led to some emotional moments. I feel like the big one to bring up that I've kept bringing up is when Hitoshi first stepped out and was like, oh, I saw people after this journey where, I could have just died alone out in space. That was really good. So can't wait to see more. This one is called the Chemo Symposium or something like that. But down the side we have, as more and more Chemo manage to embrace the unknown. Chapter 5 of this heartwarming story in which different species learn about one another begins. Though I'm unsure of whether our visit to the school the other day managed to relieve some of Hitoshi's tension, he has become more casual and is able to convey information more smoothly than before. Words, literary works, entertainment. He has a plethora of fresh topics for us today, and he's bringing up classic anime. While we still have many diplomatic challenges ahead of us, if we can just keep taking one step at a time as we are now, gaining permission for his permanent residency should not be too far off. We have an emergency, somebody's running in. We've received a bill addressed to Hitoshi, requesting that all the research expenses and cost of accommodation be paid in one lump sum. Spitting out her drink. Chief's residence. What's the meaning of this, Chief? It's utterly shameless to request a diplomat to pay for their own accommodation. Please, calm yourself, Tenerico. Which lounge-shaped bastard sent this? Actually, this time, it was me. I'm the one who originally put the cash on the table, and I've decided I'm out. Central Beastkin, Commonwealth Office of Science and Industry, Minister Ham. Minister Ham, you're supposed to be on the chief's side and in favor of letting Hitoshi settle here. Well, I have yet to get anything in return for my endorsement. What nonsense. For the past few days, Hitoshi's been telling us all about his home planet's culture and creative works. We're not taking care of that thing just to get some silly little stories and toys out of it. Excuse me? Space travel, hibernation that extends your lifespan, and the energy tech we'd need to sustain all of it. Technology, girl, that's what I'm after. That's all we need from that damned alien. True, people would want that. They find out that an alien lands and it has the technology to do all of this stuff. In 2 months' time, heads of state from around the world will gather here to discuss measures to combat global cooling, and there, I plan to hold a Hito Symposium. When did you decide to? It'll be that thing's chance to show the whole world how friendly it really is to us. How could you refuse? If our precious little Hito won't gift us anything actually beneficial, then Hitoshi Kanashima can kiss his life on our planet goodbye. A new problem emerges. Chapter 5, the Hito Symposium. Then, 2 months later, continent of the Central Beastkin Commonwealth Global Cooling Summit venue. Welcome, and thank you all for attending. Please enjoy your time here in Central. This was rather sudden, Minister Ham. An academic assembly for the Hito. We have Eastern Republic of Polynices Sanamope, Chief of Staff Antley. Then Northern Bear Alliance Executive Committee, Chairman Larpo. And I'm wondering, so I was thinking, so So is it going to be animals from Polynesia? But then Kise Sanamope, I have no idea. I feel like it's probably a bunch of words that are like jammed together. Oh yes, Sir Kaneshima seems to have a desire to present us with the technology of his home planet. I'm looking forward to it then. It must be quite extraordinary to be included in this summit. Crazy that we've skipped 2 months unless we're going to flash back in preparation to this. We too have a great interest in the science and technology of the Hito. The show will begin shortly. Please take your seats. Now without further ado, I'd like to begin our Hito Symposium. I must say, it's rather reckless to be holding such a thing without consulting those involved, skilled in strong-arming as always, it seems. Minister Ham's not simply using funding as an excuse here. Should the industrial sector conclude that there's no benefit to be had by Hitoshi staying here, they'll make it clear to the public, and Director Laon, as well as his faction, will use this to quickly gain support. It feels like, I guess he would just have to make his own life here, if that were the case. Unless they did want to just execute him, just euthanize him. But, I don't know, it feels like if an alien were to land, that's just such a special exception. He's essentially saying that, should we not wish to lose to the director, we'll have no choice but to give in to his demands. He has demanded 3 basic things of us: usage of Hitoshi's spaceship, the secret behind hibernating to extend one's lifespan, and the energy needed to accommodate the Hito's high-tech civilization. The greedy jerk has been biding his time waiting for the perfect moment to jump out and throw a slew of unreasonable demands at us. The information he's demanding consists of closely guarded knowledge that even we Hito were not normally privy to. I can't simply hand over intelligence that may be used to bolster military power. Military power? I doubt it'd be used for anything like that. Still, what he's targeting is technology we Chemo wish to know more about. Even if we manage to make it through our current predicament, it's likely the investigation will only intensify in the future. The spaceship in particular. It's just up there, sitting far above our atmosphere, but the technology it used to arrive on our planet is something the government must be made aware of for security reasons. Is there anything we could present to the audience that could somehow appease them? First, on the matter of the advanced form of energy which drove the Hito civilization, Sir Hitoshi has made clear to us that under no circumstance will he detail how it works. We'll have the audience shocked. This is mainly due to safety concerns and the difficulty of constructing its devices. Should we fail to control it, it would have an enormous impact on our planet's environment. That's all I can say on the matter. So, I wonder then, does that mean fossil fuels, or, imagine fossil fuels to take a spaceship that far? Or is it nuclear fusion or fission? In which case, again, if they just try it haphazardly and do it wrong and, make all the mistakes that humanity made along the way, especially without a previous foundation, they could just make things go horribly. And they're already dealing with global cooling. They don't need nuclear winter on top of it. Come on now, what an arrogant start. Moving on, I'd like to present you the advanced hibernation technology known as cold sleep. According to Sir Hitoshi's explanation, it isn't strictly hibernation, but instead a process of freezing the body's temperature down to an extreme degree. Freezing? That would only cause someone to freeze to death. The body's placed within a freezing cold suspended state, which by all rights would not normally be able to sustain life. What? There's some sort of floating image. If not for the microscopic mechanisms known as nanomachine, son, which maintain the subject's body tissue. It may be difficult for the rest of you to imagine, but it's not so much a device as it is an injection of something akin to bugs or bacteria. Using this as a substitution for one's normal bodily functions, one can survive for many years. Injecting bugs into the body, to think they could control even bacteria like that. Furthermore, one would need someone exceptionally skilled in controlling such technology, which is where Haruko, who exists upon the Hito ship, comes in. Without her her assistants. Wait, Haruko? Who is this Haruko woman? The turn is so good. So he's the only one who's awake, but I guess this means there are other Hito frozen on the ship. Unless Haruko is just maybe an AI. The new energy source they hyped up is completely inaccessible, and their hibernation technology is a bioethical nightmare. I was hoping we'd receive some clue as to how to combat the global cooling issue. Even if we adopt facets of Hito civilization, there's nothing we could do with them. It seems your excuse to stay here is going up in smoke, Mr. Kanashima Hitoshi. So long, alien boy. Moving into our final topic, the next generation propulsion device of incredible speed, which makes travel possible both within and without our atmosphere, the rocket. We would like to give not only a concrete explanation of it, but a demonstration as well. The Hito's wisdom just might make waves. And then we stop there. And again, would the rocket be even the most efficient mode of transportation to give to the Chemo? You know? And it seems like it's going to be another 2 weeks until the next chapter. So I guess it's a every other week series. So, like, we have seen, if you've seen, there are like images of like old school rocket trains and stuff where they were like, why don't we just power trains with rockets? But we moved on to like better technology. So I don't know if that's the most helpful for them. But if it helps their transportation infrastructure and stuff, then neat. Also, funny how she's sitting in his lap. But, alright, this really did feel like a part of a chapter. This felt like a part one. It's neat. Again, I kind of find the cultural exchange and the comedy more interesting than the serious stuff, but I get that the serious stuff seems very important to the writer. But yeah, either way, I really don't feel like I have a ton to say with this chapter, unlike before. I did think it was neat, it was fun, but it really mostly just left me being like, okay, I need more. I want more. So, either way, with that aside, I guess I'll end here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. If you did like the video, comment down there to tell me what you thought of my first thoughts and reaction to the chapter, what you thought of the chapter itself. Subscribe for more Hitoner, much more on the channel. If you want to help support the channel by becoming a member or patron, or if you want to support the channel by dropping a super thanks or sharing around, it's appreciated. But if you want to become a member or patron, not only are you helping to support the channel, but you get your name at the end of videos and get One Piece bingo early. We do One Piece bingo for every new chapter. But hit join down below to become a member. Go to patreon.com/Haku of the Tubes, or link will be in the description to become a patron. Thank you so much to people who are already members and patrons. Thank you to chosen regulars Evan Holly and Bertie Wooster, Magical Girls, Dee Ban and Maru, Cheriton Student, David Langstaff, Slayer Candidates, SGN, Stan Zeter, and Pure Elements, Pate Ardale, and Elsa the Storyteller. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you all next time.